Hello everyone, welcome you all to the continuation of video session on module 4 vector spaces of your subject engineering statistics and linear algebra. So in this video session I will be discussing about the last topic of your module 4, that is the Gram-Schmidt orthogonalization process, or simply known as the Gram-Schmidt process. So this Gram-Schmidt process is used to find the orthonormal basis for any vector space. Now what do you mean by vectors are orthonormal? We say that the vectors are orthonormal. The vectors q1, q2, etc. qn are orthonormal. We have discussed this in the last video session. If qi transpose qj is equal to 0 when I not equal to j, and qi transpose qj is equal to 1 when I equal to j. This is the definition of orthonormal set of vectors. The set of vectors q1, q2, etc. qn are said to be orthonormal if qi transpose qj is equal to 0 when I not equal to j, and it is equal to 1 when I equal to j. A matrix with orthonormal columns, usually you denote it by capital letter Q. The matrix with orthonormal columns, if all the columns are orthonormal, that matrix is denoted by a special letter Q, and this matrix is easy to work because you know Q transpose Q is equal to identity. All the columns are orthonormal, so Q transpose Q is equal to identity. Now, what is Gram-Schmidt process? This process is used to find the orthonormal basis, and note down this: every finite dimensional vector space has an orthonormal basis. Every finite dimensional vector space has an orthonormal basis. And how do you find that orthonormal basis? So this process is known as the Gram-Schmidt process. So let me explain you the process. Suppose you have B is equal to V1, V2, etc. Vn be any arbitrary basis of the vector space V. You have a vector space V. Let V1, V2, etc. Vn be any basis for this vector space V. Then there exists an orthonormal basis, say U1, U2, etc. Un of this vector space V, which is required to construct from the basis B. You have any arbitrary basis B, then there exists an orthonormal basis for the same vector space V, which we need to construct from the arbitrary basis B. The vectors U1, U2, etc. Un will be obtained in the following way. The orthonormal basis, the vectors in the orthonormal basis are obtained by using this process. U1 is found by using the formula U1 is equal to V1 by length of V1. U1 is equal to V1 by length of V1, and U2 is equal to W2 by length of W2. What is length of W2? You know how to find the length of W2, but what is W2? W2 you don't have with you. See here, let me go back. U1 is equal to V1 by length of V1. You already have V1 to Vn. So V1 by length of V1, no issue in finding this. This will be very simple. So U1 you can find directly. How do you find U2? U2 is equal to W2 by length of W2. But what is W2? Where W2 is equal to, you don't have W2 here with you. You have to find W2. W2 is equal to V2 minus V2 U1 into U1. W2 is equal to V2 minus V2 comma U1 into U1. How to find this? I'll let you know in the problem. And U3 is equal to W3 by length of W3, where W3 is equal to V3 minus V3 comma U1 into U1 minus V3 comma U2 into W2. So in general, can you tell me what is UN? UN is Wn by length of Wn, where Wn is Vn minus Vn comma U1 into U1 minus Vn comma U2 into U2 and so on, Vn comma Un minus 1 into Un minus 1. So this is how you find U1, U2, U3, etc. Un. Given any basis of a vector space V, you are finding an orthonormal basis of the vector space by using Gram-Schmidt process. So let me explain you the process with an example. Apply Gram-Schmidt process to the vectors V1, 2, 2, 1, V2, 1, 3, 1 and V3, 1, 2, 2 to obtain an orthonormal basis for V3 with the standard inner product. You are given three vectors V1. V1 is 2, 2, 1. V2 is 1, 3, 1 and V3 is 1, 2, 2. You need to find the orthonormal basis by using these three vectors V1, V2, V3 by using the process of Gram-Schmidt. Now V1 you have directly. V1 is equal to 2, 2, 1. What is the length of V1 square? V1, V1, that is 2 into 2 plus 2 into 2 plus 1 into 1, right, is equal to 9. Or you can find directly the length of V1 as root of 2 square plus 2 square plus 1 square. Both are one and the same, what I have written here. And what you, if you want, you can follow the other method, that is directly square root of 2 square plus 2 square plus 1, that is root 9, that is equal to 3. Fine. So what is U1? U1 is equal to V1 by length of V1, that is equal to 1 by 3, 1 by length of V1, 1 by 3 into V1. V1 is 2 to 1, or U1 is a vector 2 by 3, 2 by 3, 1 by 3. Okay. Now this is very simple. Finding U1 is very simple. How do you find U2? U2 is W2 divided by length of W2, where W2 is equal to V2 minus V2 U1 into U1. Okay. Now you can separately find this V2 comma U1. I have found it here. The V2 comma U1, the dot product of V2 and U1. What is your V2? 1, 3, 1. And what is your U1? 2, 2, 1. No, U1, not V1. U1 is 2 by 3, 2 by 3, 1 by 3. So what is V2 comma U1? V2 1, 3, 1 and 2 by 3, 2 by 3, 1 by 3. So 1 into 2 by 3 plus 3 into 2 by 3 plus 1 into 1 by 3. Right? 1 into 2 by 3 plus 3 into 2 by 3 plus 1 into 1 by 3. That is 2 by 3 plus 6 by 3 plus 1 by 3. That is 9 by 3. That is 3. Right? So this is equal to 3. So what is your W2? W2 is V2 minus V2 comma U1 into U1. So V2 is given in the problem 1, 3, 1 minus V2 comma U1 is 3 into U1. U1 is 2 by 3 comma 2 by 3 comma 1 by 3, right? So that is equal to 1 comma 3 comma 1 minus, multiply this, 2 into 2 by 3, that is 2, 2 into 2 by 3, that is again 2, plus 3 into 1 by 3, that is 1. So 1 comma 3 comma 1 minus 2 comma 2 comma 1. So 1 minus 2 minus 1, 3 minus 2, 1, 1 minus 1, 0. So W2 is minus 1 comma 1 comma 0. So what is the length of W2? Length of W2 is root of minus 1 square plus 1 square plus 0. That is root of 2. You can either use this process or directly use the formula square root of minus 1 square plus 1 square plus 0 square. That is root of 2. Now come back, substitute in this formula to find U2. What is U2? W2 by length of W2. W2 you have found minus 1, 1, 0. Length of W2 is root 2. Right? So 1 by root 2 into minus 1 comma 1 comma 0. So 1 by root 2 into minus 1 comma 1 comma 0. Multiply minus 1 by root 2 comma 1 by root 2 comma 0. So your U2 is minus 1 by root 2 comma 1 by root 2 comma 0. So U1 already you have found. U1 is equal to 2 by 3 comma 2 by 3 comma 1 by 3, and U2 is minus 1 by root 2 comma 1 by root 2 comma 0. What is U3? U3 is W3 by length of W3. U3 is equal to W3 by length of W3, where W3 is equal to V3 minus V3 comma U1 into U1 minus U3 comma U2 into U2. Right? This formula we have seen. Now you need to find V3 comma U1 and V3 comma U2. That is the first step. V3 comma U1 you find separately. V3 comma U2 also you find. So go back and check what is your V3. V3 is 1, 2, 2. So what is V3 into U1? 1, 2, 2 into 2 by 3, 2 by 3, 1 by 3. So what is V3 into U1? 1 into 2 by 3 plus 2 into 2 by 3 plus 2 into 1 by 3. 1 into 2 by 3 plus 2 into 2 by 3 plus 2 into 1 by 3. So 2 by 3 plus 4 by 3 plus 2 by 3, that is 8 by 3. Okay. So V3 comma U1 is 8 by 3. Similarly, you need to find V3 comma U2. What is V3 comma U2? Go back and check. V3 is 1, 2, 2 into minus 1 by root 2, 1 by root 2, 0. So that will be 1 into minus 1 by root 2 plus 2 into 1 by root 2 plus 2 into 0. That is minus 1 by root 2 plus 2 by root 2 plus 0. Minus 1 by root 2 plus 2 by root 2. That is 1 by root 2. Fine. So V3 comma U2 is 1 by root 2. What is W3 now? Now you can find W3. W3 is V3 minus V3 U1 into U1 minus V3 U2 into U2. We have found V3 U1 and V3 U2 also. Right? So W3 is equal to your V3, that is 1 comma 2 comma 2 minus V3 comma U1, that is 8 by 3 into U1. U1 already you have found 2 by 3 comma 2 by 3 comma 1 by 3 minus V3 comma U2. What is V3 U2? 1 by root 2 into u2. u2 also you have found, you can go back and check what is u2. Minus 1 by root 2 comma 1 by root 2 comma 0. So simplify this. w3 1 comma 2 comma 2 minus 8 by 3, multiply to each term, 16 by 9 comma 16 by 9 comma 8 by 9, minus 1 by root 2 into 1 by root 2, that is, you have one more minus here, retain as it is, minus 1 by 2, 1 by 2 comma 0. Okay, so that is equal to 1, first term you simplify, 1 minus 16 by 9 plus 1 by 2. 1 minus 16 by 9, minus into minus is plus, plus 1 by 2. That is your first term, comma, the second term is 2 minus 16 by 9 minus 1 by 2. 2 minus 16 by 9 minus 1 by 2, comma, the third term is 2 minus 8 by 9 and 0. Okay, so simplify the first term. You can take the common denominator as 18. Take the common denominator as 18. So the first term is 18 minus, the second term is 38 plus 9. 18 plus 9 is 27 minus 32. The second term is 32, not 38. 18 minus 32 plus 9. 18 plus 9 is 27. 27 minus 32 is minus 5. So minus 5 by 18. Here also take the common denominator as 18. You will get 18 into 2 is 36 minus 32 minus 9. 38 minus 32, 6. 6 minus 36 minus 32, that is 4 minus 9. 4 minus 9 is minus 5. So minus 5 by 18. Okay, you are taking the common denominator as 18 here. So the first term is 2 into 18, that is 36, minus second term will be 32. So 36 minus 32 is 4, minus the third term will be 9. So 4 minus 9 is minus 5. Minus 5 by 18, comma, the last term is, you can take the common denominator is 9 itself. So this will be 2 into 9, that is 18. 18 minus 8 by 9. 18 minus 8 is 10. So 10 by 9. So what is your W3? Minus 5 by 8, comma, minus 5 by 18, comma, minus 5 by 18, comma, 10 by 9. What is the length of W? Length of W3, root of minus 5 by 18 square plus minus 5 by 18 square plus 10 by 9 whole square. Okay, this if you want, you can take the denominator as 18 only, that time this will be 20. So that is square root of 25 plus 25, that is 50 plus 20. 20 square, that is 400. So 450. Square root of 450 divided by square root of 18 square. Square root of 18 square is 18. So root 450 by 18. You find the length of this. Root of 450. 450 can be written as 225 into 2. Right? 225. Root of 225 is 15. So 15 root 2 by 18. Or you can further simplify 5 root 2 by 6. So length of W3 is 5 root 2 by 6. So what is your U3? W3 by length of W3. W3 you have found length of W3 also. Find U3. u3, w3 by length of w3. w3 is minus 5 by 18, comma minus 5 by 18, comma 10 by 9, divided by length of w3, that is 5 root 2 by 6. 5 root 2 by 6. Or it becomes, when this denominator goes to the numerator, it becomes 6 by 5 root 2. Right? Denominator you can take to the numerator, it becomes 6 by 5 root 2. So 5 minus 5 by 18 into 6 by 5 root 2. So 5 get cancels. 6 by 18 is 3. So minus 1 by 3 root 2. This term also the same, minus 1 by 3 root 2. Here 10 by 9 into 6 by 5 root 2. So that is 4 by 3 root 2. Verify. 4 by 3 root 2. So now this whatever you found, u1, u2 and u3 is the orthonormal basis. That is u1 is 2 by 3, comma 2 by 3, comma 1 by 3, comma u2, that is minus 1 by root 2, 1 by root 2 and 0, comma the last one u3, just now we have found minus 1 by 3 root 2, comma minus 1 by 3 root 2, comma 4 by 3 root 2. u1, u2, u3. This is the orthonormal basis.